I don't remember when I first heard of Elk Peak, what Dave Jones calls Peak V7, rising high above lovely Elk Lake in Banff National Park. I do remember reading Peter Nelson's trip report on bivouac and thinking it sounded like something I might enjoy. After Cornelius Rott reported positively on the same objective a year after Peter did it, I thought it sounded even more attractive and put it on my sooner than later list. What I liked about Elk Peak was that it was reasonably far from the parking lot along a good access trail. It was a relatively obscure peak that most other people wouldn't care about, and it sounded mildly challenging, with both authors giving it a difficult rating. Elk Lake sounded very scenic, and I'd never hiked up to Elk Pass before either. All in all, it ticked a lot of boxes for me, and on hindsight, I'm surprised I didn't tackle it sooner.
Starting out on a very smoky Norquay ski area parking lot. Almost didn't go today, but decided I would enjoy the walk and the scramble and not the views. I'm not even carrying my good camera today. Well, here we have a little bear eating right beside the trail, so that's excellent. He doesn't seem to give a shit about me, so I'm just going to keep walking right past him. Oh, now you're going to put the bear warning out? A little late for that. It's the junction to Cascade Amphitheater. Nice. Somewhat ironically, this is where I ran into a bear years ago when I was solo on Cascade. I actually followed an unofficial trail down through the forest for whatever reason. I'm not even sure why. And I popped out on this trail. And yeah, ran into a bear about the exact same size as the one I already saw today. And he cared about as much as that one as well. I didn't realize how much I needed this. Yeah, I woke up this morning, got out of bed very reluctantly, saw the smoky forecast, and I'm like, really? Thought about going to the Crow's Nest Pass, didn't feel like driving all the way down there, because I'm probably driving tomorrow too far, potentially. So, and then I'm like, you know what? What's wrong with a little forest bathing? With the bears, and the birds, and the squirrels. And then I decided there was nothing wrong with forest bathing. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Man, this trail is like one big McDonald's drive-through for bears. There are so many berries along this trail. It's actually kind of silly that I'm here. I hope not too silly, but yeah, of course I didn't know or remember that it was, Bryant Creek Trail has none. But yeah, this trail is, wow. Now, there's lots of room to get around. There's lots of good sight lines for us to see each other. I'm doing lots of yelling, but it is a little crazy. And I've only seen some old bear scat. Well, and one live bear. But very pleasant little stream. Actually have quite a bit of water considering it's late season. Yeah. Even water on the trail. But I'm not complaining. It's good for the way out. Trail narrowed significantly beside this stream. I think this trail becomes a stream sometimes. And boy, did the temperature drop. I think it dropped 5 degrees in about 200 meters distance. Certainly a tighter, narrower trail as we approach the pass. About a kilometer and a half yet from it. No more berries, thankfully, either, though, so. Trail levels out again a little bit after going up the side of that creek. Nice and quiet up here, that's for sure. Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say elk is probably that one. It just looks like the right kind of angle. What a lovely morning. Up in the willows. Everything's actually quite wet because it froze overnight here. In the shade, it's still frosty. Here you go. Elk Lake Summit. Buried in the willows. Huh. I think I have to go there, I'll check. What a lovely morning. That sun is warm. Over. Yeah. What a morning. Wow. Food storage. Wow. Nicely done. Elk Summit Campground. I mean, there ain't much views for most of the hike. Oh, there's even tent pads. Well, there you go. It is very lovely. Oh, what a nice, quiet, private campground. Huh. Aha. That makes more sense. It's a major trail, as I would have expected. That was just the shortcut from camp. Fair enough. There you go. Well, knowing the 1960s Banff Wardens, they probably drove their cars up here on a Sunday afternoon and went fly fishing in Elk Lake. It is such a gorgeous day. Yeah, this is fall hiking at its finest. So nice. It's kind of funny, I was half joking about the Wardens driving up here, but this is definitely an old road. This is more than just a trail. Once again, I find myself surprised in a good way. Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, it's a highway in here. Depending what this lake is like, and I'm thinking it's quite a little gemstone of a lake. I mean, this is worth a hike just on its own. Definitely losing some height down to Elk Lake. Not a significant amount, although just as I say that, it looks like it steepens quite a bit just ahead. But probably not much more than 50 meters, I wouldn't think. And pretty gradual, so not difficult to regain on return. I had a glimpse of the lake already. I'm actually losing quite a bit of height. And I think I had my first glimpse of the ridge, and yeah, it does not look easy from here. But that is why I'm here, I guess. So this is a very special little corner of the Rockies, man. Yeah, this is, you probably can't see it on my video yet, but Man, this cirque is cool. There are just huge cliffs hanging over it. And I'll show you in a second here. I believe we are at Elk Lake. Now, we've lost a total of 200 meters on approach. That's insane. Yeah, I believe it though. 213 total. There's a sign over there, probably about fishing or watercraft, but I have to go around the left-hand side of the lake, so I will show you this special spot. It's ridiculous. Yeah, there's the ridge looking terrifying. It's actually a pretty big lake. What a spot. It's actually going to be somewhat difficult not to just go to that island there and just snooze for 4 or 5 hours. This is a magical place. Yeah. Very interesting little island with a built-up walkway. There's no way that's natural. I'll check that out on return. I'm going to focus on getting up this thing on approach. Pretty cool. There's definitely fish in here. They're jumping. I'll have to come here sometime with my rod because this is a very, very special spot. But now it's time to go up. I'm almost at 14K, which is good. Just get up this little bit of slab here, and then I'll put the helmet on. Then the approach is over. Yeah, we'll hit that obvious break there, go up to the right, and then up the ridge. It's breaking down a bit. Traverse there and up. I might even hit that gully feature. Why not? So, because I'm in my beautiful Arc'teryx cylinders, which stick to rock like glue, I'm just very tempted by this slab gully. I can't stop looking at it. Now, I don't think that gets me all the way up. It just looks like fun. I really, really want to get my nose in it instead of hitting the ridge. I knew the start of it was going to be good fun. This was not the part I had any concerns about. It ramps up in steepness through the band up there. But hey, there's no other way to know than to try it. Yeah, I mean, this is just good fun. Yep. Very fast. Whew. Back in the gully proper. I did have to go to the edge. Climber's right. Got fairly steep right there. So I came in from there. We'll see. So far so good, but you never know. And I don't think I've hit the steep stuff yet. So this is good fun. I mean, this has vibes of Mercer. So far much more solid. But I mean, Mercer is good vibes. So that's definitely going to make me keep going. A little steeper here again, but really good footholds and handholds, and solid. Oh, this is fun. This is what I needed. Heck yeah. Oh, this is good. This is fun stuff. There you go. Nice. I am enjoying the heck out of this. Heck yeah, I am. I think I want to get back in that gully. It actually slacks off a bit, which is a bit of a pain in the ass because now it is rubble again. Yeah, it's much steeper down there. I have to remember to do this jog here, but I have to say it's looking real nice at this point. It's laid off pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where this thing ends up, but it has certainly laid back. This is now hiking with poles. So we'll see on descent. Right now I'm thinking SC7 minus because of all the footholds. But this is easy. I think this will actually be harder than the steep stuff on the way down. The very simple reason being scree on slab. Yeah. But I always have the option of returning on the ridge. There, near the top of the route. I am now on the main route again, on the ridge. Yeah, that's where the angle actually backs off enough again. Very nice. Actually, I cut to the ridge and now the route goes left, but that's okay. Just gets around this overhang a little ways. Spot a little Karen walking along very shortly after I recorded my last video. You actually don't have to go very far. Nicely done. Huh. Well, that's cool. V4. And there's elk. Get onto here. Give it a look. Yeah. Approach done. Nah. I was done for a while. But now, let's head to the summit. Nice cool breeze. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm not quite sure if it's that, but this is nice. It's fun. Yeah. This is not quick terrain. I'm hoping it quickens up a little bit. Definitely a little bit of exposure, but truthfully you could be down to my left here if you really didn't feel like a sidewalk in the sky. But it's grippy and relatively stable, so I don't mind just being able to walk it. Yeah, it's a few hundred meters where you actually don't gain much of any height. You're just traversing to get to the upper face, which looks, you know, impossible from here, but apparently it's easier than what we already did, so we'll see. That's the traverse basically done. Final ascent to the summit. See how this feels. Traversing off the ridge just to keep things easy. Yeah. Gotta use that slab, especially on the way up. Oh, lovely. Whew. Well, this is fun. Yeah. Whew. Figured that it was going to lay back. I mean, there's still exposure if you want it. But since the traverse, a few overhangs, easily overcome, and it's just a walk on a lovely, lovely day. Much less smoky than I expected. Yeah. Well, I said I wanted to get to the summit at or before noon. It was 11:57, and that is the summit. Nicely done, Bernie. 11:58. I'm going to pick my way down. I'm a little bit undecided about V4. It's lower, so that rockets it down the list quite a ways. It's one of those scenarios where it's less work to go down, but it's not necessarily that much quicker in this area. Yeah, I found this nicely thanks to a nice big cairn I built. So that was handy. Handy dandy. Yeah, it just breaks through nice and easy. No fuss, no muss. Fun, fun, fun in the summer sun. Yep. Nicely done. Well, you want to stay on the ridge crest here, otherwise you end up just traversing shite. And honestly, it's no safer to be below, so. And then I need to decide what my next move is going to be. Oh, I'm putting it at like 40%, maybe less, but this certainly helps. Yeah, this is nice. Sidewalk makes for fast walking, still got to be careful. Just got to concentrate. And make sure the parts you're stepping on are solid-ish. And if they're not, make sure you got 3 or 4 points of contact. But I feel at this point, if you're going to avoid a virtual sidewalk, then you may as well go home. Yep. That's a sidewalk with a bit of exposure, but you got to be careful what you hold on to here. So far, so good. Huh. This is good fun. So far, I know. It does look like the fun ends there. This might be my turn. That is definitely 5th class. There's a cairn there, which is nice and early. That's pretty steep. I might get in there and try it. I also might not. We'll see. Unfortunately, there's a very short 5th class move that I think I could do that move, but I've wasted too much time now on my other route. So there's no way to make the summit by my turnaround time. So, well, now I'm debating how about trying the ridge on the way down. As much as I loathe returning a different way, I don't know. Yeah, for sure to the first part, I am going to take the ridge. So I think I'd rather take these ribs if I can. Somewhat solid-ish anyway, and fun. Well, I can bail to the drainage here if I have to, but I'm going to try the first few steps on the ridge and just see how that goes, just for fun. Just for a change of pace. Something a little different. So far, so good. I mean, the ridge is definitely looser. But the problem with going down slabs, sometimes that's very slow as well. So, we'll see. Just as I expected. It's loose, but it is staircase. I mean, even here, I didn't even take the least steep route. I just thought this one looked like it had nice steps on it. So far, it doesn't feel any harder than what it did on ascent. So far, so good. And honestly, so far, feels and looks easier than I would have expected my gully ascent route to look and feel somehow. I don't know how. I think this is where I want to go down, actually. The other side looks a little manky. I will check the GPS tracks once I'm in here. I figured it had to start off pretty steep from the call, so this doesn't surprise me. As long as it's nice. Yep. It'll work. Just got to be careful. Lower that center of gravity a bit. There you go. That makes it a whole lot easier. Sitting down on the job again. Stuff that's been stepped on a few times, you can usually trust. Not necessarily, but usually. It's the mank on the sides that really can't be trusted at all. No. Yeah, that worked really well. I like that a lot. Up via slabs, down via the cliff. Nice. Looks horrifying. Wasn't that bad at all. No. That was. Pick my way down the ledges and slabs. How cool is that? I was gonna say, obviously someone had a campsite here. Not allowed. But yeah, I can totally see why. It's not very smooth. It's very cool. There you go. Even have a few larches on the island. Hey, it's turning. It's not turned yet, but it's turning. It's like maybe 5 of them. 5 larch trees. That may not be worth a 14-kilometer one-way hike. There's better 28-kilometer hikes you can do for larches. But the island is super cool. Back in the sun. What a lovely summer day. Now, if I wouldn't have spent that hour trying to traverse that manky piece of crap, I could have caught a snooze here, but I kind of burned my extra time. So, yeah, this is where I cut back to the trail. Lovely spot. Here we go. A long walk back. So a happy little stat from the approach hike. I gained 600 meters to Elk Lake. That's the good news. Bad news is I lost over 200. So now I have to gain those 200 on return. But I just did about 15, so hey. Okay, back on the main trail. How many of these trails have I hiked over the years? So many. Yep. Oh, it smells good. Oh yeah, there's elk. Not sure. It doesn't totally look like bear. Could be. That's the second fresh one I've seen on the way back. And I'm pretty sure I would have noticed that on approach. So something's probably walking the trail ahead of me. Wow, that seems a lot quicker than I was expecting. But here we go. I'll take it. Now everything turns concrete hard, unfortunately, at this point. But should be easy hiking and should be more human traffic. It is a Thursday. We'll see. Less than 4K. Well, there you go. For some reason, they always make you walk the whole parking lot. Which is kind of amusing. But no, that was a good day. It was a good day. 33K. $1,750 meters. That's because I did the extra little bit, but how many hours am I at? 10:13, but you can definitely take 45 minutes off of that. So 9.5 hours. Yeah, good day out. Fun.